We jump into the best teams of the 21st century with the 2021 Loras women's soccer team. The Hawkeyes have become a staple in the Division III tournament, but in 2021, Loras reached its peak with a 21-win season and a trip to the Final Four. That year, they won the ARC with an 8-0 record, the start of what's now become 4 straight perfect seasons in the conference. Peyton McDonald set the team record with 21 assists that year. They had 7 players earn all-conference honors and 4 all-region honors, a team that didn't lose a game until the national semifinals and got within 2 wins of a national championship. The 2021 Loras women's soccer team is our number 25 college team of the century. Number 24 goes back just a little over a year, the 2024 Kirkwood softball team. Kirkwood's had a lot of great softball teams over the last 25 years, but the 2024 team was the pinnacle. The Eagles won 55 games that spring and made it to the NJCAA National Championship game, finishing the year number 2 in the country. That team was loaded with talent. 3 players who were named first-team All-Americans and 12 players earned all-region honors. 24 games, they scored 10 runs or more. 6 games, they scored 20 or more runs. A team that made its mark on the South Side, the 2024 Kirkwood softball team, is our number 24 college team of the century. Number 23 on the countdown is the 2017-18 Wartburg women's basketball team. The Knights have built themselves into a Division III powerhouse on the women's court, but in 2018, that Wartburg squad went 31-1, did not lose a game until the Final Four, an incredible lineup led by one of the best to ever come through the program, Katie Sommer, who was a 2-time conference MVP. She and Miranda Murphy earned All-American honors, and 4 players earned conference first or second team recognition. Their coach, Bob Amsbury, was the ARC Coach of the Year, one of the best seasons we've ever seen out of an ARC team. The 2017-18 Wartburg women are our number 23 college team of the century. And number 22 came just a couple of months later, the 2018 Luther softball team. Renee Hartle has built an annual contender up in Decorah, but that season the Norse went 43-11. They won the ARC tournament title and went on to finish in 3rd place at the Division III College World Series, the best finish in program history. 3 players earned All-American honors, including first-teamer, shortstop Anna Strine, a team that set the bar for the Norse softball program. The 2018 Luther softball team is our number 22 college team of the century. Number 21 on our countdown of the best college teams of the last 25 years is the 2003 Kirkwood volleyball team. That fall, the Eagles won their one and only volleyball national championship. Under Deanne Wooden, Kirkwood was a perfect 16-0 in conference matches, had 2 All-Americans on the squad. In spite of losing a match in pool play at the national tournament, battled back to win their program's lone national title. The 03 Kirkwood volleyball team is our number 21 college team of the century. And entering the top 20, got to be the best Hawkeye track team in school history, the 2021 Iowa men's track and field program. An historic winter and spring for the Hawks, one of only 2 times in school history that Iowa swept the indoor and outdoor Big Ten team titles, a pair of indoor and outdoor individual conference champions. 127 points at the Big Ten outdoor meet is a school record. A combined 11 different events earned All-American honors. Joey Woody swept the Conference Coach of the Year honors, and Jalen McConaughey was named the Outdoor Athlete of the Year. And a 12th place team finish at the national meet is their best in the modern era. The 2021 Iowa men's track and field team is our number 20 college team of the century. Number 19 is one of the great stories in the history of college sports in Iowa, the 2009-2010 UNI men's basketball team. The culmination of some of the best players to ever come through the school. The Panthers went 32-5 that year, a 20-0 record at the McLeod Center, and a tremendous run at the conference tournament, winning all 3 games by 15 points or more. Of course, most remembered for their run at the NCAA tournament, Ali Farokhmanesh, a 2-time hero for the Panthers, helping them beat UNLV in the first round, and then number 1 Kansas in the second round, reaching the Sweet 16 for the only time in school history. Adam Cook was the conference MVP, one of 5 players to earn All-MVC recognition. They had one of the most memorable moments in the history of the NCAA tournament and icons in Cedar Falls. The 2009-010 UNI men's basketball team is our number 19 college team of the century. And number 18 is the 2022 Wartburg football team. In just Chris Winter's second season with the Knights, he brought them their most successful season in program history. 10-0 in the regular season, 8-0 in the ARC. The Knights' defense was historic. 5 shutouts in the regular season. 9 games they held opponents to single-digit points. And on offense, 4 games, scoring 60 points or more. At that time, the deepest run in team history, winning 3 playoff games and ending their year in the Division III National Semifinals. Hunter Clausen and Owen Grover were the offensive and defensive MVPs in the ARC. 2 of 15 players to earn first or second team all-conference honors. 6 players earned All-American honors. One of the best we've ever seen in Waverly. The 2022 Wartburg football team is our number 18 college team of the century. Our number 17 college team of the century is the best men's soccer team to come through Eastern Iowa over the last 25 years, the 2007 Loras Hawkeyes. Loras has been to 5 Final Fours this century, so they've produced no shortage of quality squads. But in 2007, Loras did not lose a game in regulation all season. 23 wins, no losses, and just a pair of overtime losses. One of those coming in the D3 National Semifinals, where their season ended in a shootout loss to Middlebury. Perfect in conference matches that season. 18 shutout wins, 7 all-region honors, and a pair of All-Americans in Santiago Mejia and Matt Brumfield. Loras' 2007 men's soccer team is our number 17 college team of the century. And number 16 is the 2009 co-softball team led by the great Bob Timmons. The Co-Hawks went 41-13 that spring. They won the conference tournament and then went on an historic postseason run, coming up 1 game shy of a national championship, losing in the title game to Messiah University. The Co-Hawks had the Conference Player of the Year in Ashley Leonard, one of 5 players with all conference honors, and Leonard was a 3rd-team All-American. With the deepest tournament run in program history, the 2009 co-softball team is our number 16 college team of the century. We're 10 entries into our list, and at number 15 on the countdown is the 2001 UNI volleyball team, a member of the Northern Iowa Athletics Hall of Fame. That year was the first of 2 straight trips to the Sweet 16 for Bobby Peterson's ladies. This was the first season for Bobby as a full-time head coach. UNI was 31-2, winning the regular season and tournament championships in the MVC. 2 top-25 wins in the regular season. The Panthers hosted the first 2 rounds of the tourney and earned a pair of wins, sending them to the Sweet 16. 4 all-conference first-teamers that fall, led by MVC Player of the Year Molly O'Brien, a team that started a decades-long run of success for the Panthers. The 2001 UNI volleyball team is our number 15 college team of the century. And number 14 is just a couple years removed from winning a natty, the 2022-23 Clark women's basketball team. The second of 2 straight 30-win seasons for Courtney Boyd's Pride team. Clark was 33-4 overall and went on an incredible postseason run in Sioux City, winning their last 4 tournament games by 10 points or more. The only Clark team to ever win a national title and the only basketball team from any college in Dubuque to ever win a championship, led by a scrappy group of local gals, largely from Eastern Iowa. 6 Heart of America All-Conference honorees. The 2022-23 Clark women's basketball team is our number 14 college team of the century. Number 13 college team of the century is part of a Hawkeye dynasty, the 2008 Iowa field hockey team. One of 12 times that the team has qualified for the national semifinals. That fall, Iowa won its 3rd straight Big Ten tournament championship, closing the tourney with a pair of overtime wins. The Hawkeyes had a 7-game win streak late in the year before eventually losing to Maryland in overtime of the Final Four. Lauren Pfeiffer and Caroline Blom were both named first-team All-Americans. The only Big Ten team this century to three-peat as conference tournament champions, the 2008 Iowa field hockey team is our number 13 college team of the century. And number 12 is the best Duhawk team on our list, the 2022 Loras women's track and field team. A remarkable winter and spring season for that year's squad. They swept the indoor and outdoor team national titles, winning a 3rd straight outdoor Division III championship. 2 outdoor national champions, winning the 4x1 and 4x2, and 10 outdoor All-Americans, 4 indoor national champs, including a distance sweep by Cassie Parker, then another 8 indoor All-Americans, a combined 21 conference champions between the indoor and outdoor meets. They won every major conference honor that year. The 2022 Loras women's track and field team is our number 12 college team of the century. College team of the century is the 2018 and 19 Kirkwood men's basketball team, one of 4 national championship teams in Kirkwood's men's hoops history. In 2019, Brian Peterson led the Eagles to a 31-4 record and just had an incredible run of success in the postseason. At the national tournament, 3 of their 4 games were won by double figures. They capped the season with a 6-point win over Johnson County in the national title game. Doug Wilson was named the NJCAA Player of the Year before heading to South Dakota State, where he was a Summit League Player of the Year. He was joined by Coach Peterson in Brookings, where he just this season was named the head coach. An historic team at Johnson Hall, the 2018-19 Kirkwood men's basketball team is our number 11 college team of the century. Number 10 is the 2008 UNI men's track and field team, a season that is the crown jewel in a dynasty within the Missouri Valley Conference. That spring, the Panthers won the indoor and outdoor conference championships. The indoor title was the 9th straight that the Panthers won in the MVC. At the outdoor conference meet, UNI scored 204 points, one of the few teams in MVC history to eclipse 200 at the MVC championships. 17 events won conference titles, and at the NCAA championships, the Panthers had their best finishes ever. At the indoor national meet, they placed 9th, matching their highest finish in program history, highlighted by Tyler Mulder winning the 800 national title. And at the outdoor national meet, an 11th place finish, which was the highest by an MVC program in nearly 50 years. 15 total events earned All-American honors that year, and it's a season that ended Chris Bucknam's tenure with the Panthers, as he was hired at Arkansas the very next season. One of the best to ever come through Cedar Falls, the 2008 UNI men's track and field team is our number 10 college team of the century. The next entry as we crack the top 10 on our countdown is the 2001 Iowa softball team. Gail Blevins built a legendary program down in Iowa City. In 2001 was the 4th and final appearance the Hawkeyes made in the Women's College World Series. Iowa was 49-14 that spring, finished 16-4 in the Big Ten, their best conference win percentage this century. The Hawks missed out on a regular season Big Ten title, but they won 3 games in Ann Arbor to claim the tournament trophy. Then as a host site for the NCAA Regionals, Iowa won 4 games to clinch their spot in the College World Series. There were 4 players on that team who, at some point in their careers, earned All-American honors, including the Big Ten's Pitcher of the Year, Christy Hanks. The last Hawkeye team to make it to Oklahoma City, the 2001 Iowa softball team is our number 9 college team of the century. And number 8 is the top Panther team in our countdown, the 2005 UNI football team. The crowning season in Mark Farley's tenure in the Unidome, that Panther team enjoyed a magical late season run. After taking a 3rd loss in late October, UNI was on the verge of not even making the playoffs, but they rallied for 3 wins over top 15 opponents over the final 4 weeks. Then in the playoffs, won another 3 straight games against top 15 teams, including a frigid road upset against number 1 ranked New Hampshire. In the FCS title game, UNI held a 4th quarter lead on Appalachian State, but wound up taking a 5-point loss in the championship. Darren Heidemann, John Herman, Tanner Varner, Eric Sanders all earned All-American honors, part of a group that included 11 All-Conference honorees. Absolutely the most unforgettable season in Panther football history. The 2005 UNI football team is our number 8 college team of the century. Number 7 on the countdown, a recent addition to the list, the 2023-24 Iowa women's wrestling team. In their first season as a program, Coach Clarissa Chun led the Hawkeyes to national titles, both at the duals and traditional meets. 12 All-Americans on that team, including 8 that qualified for their respective championship matches. 6 wrestlers winning individual national titles, including Kylie Welker, who Open Mat named their National Wrestler of the Year. The team that started what appears to be a budding dynasty at Iowa. The 2023-24 Iowa women's wrestling team is our number 7 college team of the century. Number 6 is a top Kirkwood team on our countdown, the 2016-17 Kirkwood women's basketball team. Obviously, a lot of Kim Moole squads could qualify for this list, but if we have to pick only one, it's got to be the only one that's finished a season undefeated. One of 9 national championship teams at Johnson Hall. In 2017, the Eagles finished 37-0, the only NJCAA D2 team to ever complete a perfect season. Only 2 games that entire year were decided by single digits. They beat Johnson County in the title game by 15 points. Delia Harris and Simone Goods earned All-American honors, and Goods was named the NJCAA National Player of the Year. The only team in Kirkwood athletics history with a perfect season, the 2016-17 Kirkwood women's basketball team is our number 6 college team of the century. Down and the top football team on our list is the 2002 Iowa Hawkeye football team. There will be a few contenders on this list to be Iowa football's representative, but 2002 stands out based on the sheer dominance and magic that the Hawkeyes channeled that fall. After a devastating loss to Iowa State in Week 3, the Hawkeyes rallied to win 9 games in a row. They did not lose a Big Ten game that fall, beat 2 top 15 opponents in Penn State and Michigan. They won their final 6 regular season games by an average of 27 points. Co-Big Ten champions and a spot in that year's Orange Bowl, and the talent on that team, nothing short of legendary. Dallas Clark, Eric Steinbach, and Bruce Nelson all went in the first 2 rounds of the next year's draft. 17 players on that roster would eventually be drafted into the NFL. This doesn't even include the MVP of that team, Brad Banks, the AP Player of the Year, Davey O'Brien Award winner, and Heisman runner-up. Nate Kading won the Lou Groza Award. Clark won the John Mackey Award. 6 players on that team earned All-American status. 18 players earned all Big Ten honors. An unforgettable season for Hawkeye fans who watched it unfold. The 2002 Iowa football team is our number 5 college team of the century. And number 4, the 2012 Wartburg women's track and field team. Yes, they won the indoor and outdoor national titles. That's obvious. They've got 8 NCAA team titles this century, but in 2012, the Knights' dominance was historic. Over 300 points scored at both the indoor and outdoor conference meets. No other team in ARC history has ever eclipsed 300 points at any conference meet. 99 points at indoor nationals. No other team in D3 history has ever scored more than 70 at the national meet. Outdoors, another 129 team points. No other team since the mid-'80s has gone into triple digits in team points in nationals. 4 indoor national champs, 5 outdoor national champs, a combined 27 top 5 finishes between the indoor and outdoor national meets, 35 events earning All-American honors. Nevada and Sky Morrison were the conference athletes of the year. Those two, along with Marcus Newsom, helping lead what might be the best track team in Division III history. The 2012 Wartburg women's track and field team is our number 4 college team of the century. Number 3 on the countdown was at the nexus of one of the biggest stories in the history of Hawkeye athletics, the 2022-23 Hawkeye women's basketball team. Behind the greatest player in women's college hoops history, along with a lineup that featured 5 3-year starters, the Hawkeyes won 31 games that winter and went 15-3 in the Big Ten. And they didn't just win the Big Ten tournament, they absolutely throttled Ohio State in the conference title game, winning 105-72, the biggest blowout in Big Ten championship history. Then at the NCAA tournament, the Hawkeyes continued their late season win streak, beating Southeastern Louisiana, Georgia, Colorado, and Louisville to reach the Final Four, where they knocked off number 1 South Carolina, the Hawks' first win in program history over a top-ranked opponent, and their first of 2 straight trips to the national title game. Caitlin Clark was the Naismith Player of the Year. Between Clark and Monica Sinano, the Hawkeyes were the first team in college basketball history to lead the country in points, assists, and field goal percentage. Those 2 were all Big Ten first team. Hannah Stolke was the 6th Player of the Year. McKenna Warnock earned all conference honors. A group that helped put this program on the map for women's basketball, the 2022-23 Iowa women's basketball team is our number 3 college team of the century. Number 2 is the best Division III wrestling team ever assembled, the 2003 Wartburg Wrestling Squad. The first of 4 straight natties for the Knights. In 2003, they scored 166.5 points at the national meet, which is the most ever scored by a D3 team at nationals. Second place was 82 points behind Wartburg. 6 conference champions for the Knights, and all 10 were in the finals at the IIAC conference meet. All 10 members of the team earned All-American honors. All 10 were in the top 6 overall. 8 finished in the top 3, including national titles for Heath Ropp, Will Kelly, and Leroy Gardner, a team that was eventually inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. The 2003 Wartburg wrestling team is our number 2 college team of the century. Now reaching the pinnacle in our countdown of the best teams from the last 25 years, 4 national titles this century for the Hawkeye Grapplers, but the one that stands out is the 2010 Iowa wrestling team. The third jewel in a three-peat of NCAA champions. That year, the Hawks went 23-0 in duels, had 8 dual shutouts, which is a program record, and held 18 opponents to fewer than 10 points. After a perfect regular season, Jay Borschel and Dan Erickson led Iowa to a Big Ten title with 156 points. And then at Nationals, the Hawkeyes crowned 8 All-Americans, sent 5 wrestlers to the finals, with Borschel, Brent Metcalf, and Matt McDonough winning individual national titles. The Hawks scored 134.5 points at Nationals, which at the time was the 10th highest score in NCAA history. Iowa's wrestling history speaks for itself. They've won 24 national team titles all time, but 2010 was a special year for Tom Brands' boys. The 2010 Iowa wrestling team is our #1 college team of the century.